What's going on YouTube? Kronos here, and man oh man, am I back for a video for you guys. So, it is the 23rd of July. Microsoft had their little press announcement release of the new upcoming stuff, and out of left field, and I say out of left field because I wasn't even expecting this, I wasn't even watching the press release. I was actually working, looked over at a monitor, looked at a friend who was streaming who happened to open up the press release, and what a bomb they dropped on us. So, give a little context to what's been going on with me recently, because I know I haven't released a video in a little while. It's been kind of sporadic. I haven't streamed a whole bunch, but to be honest, guys, I just haven't really had a lot of drive to do much, which is kind of funny that this is happening right now, because this is literally the best timing for this, but haven't had a lot of drive to do much. I just haven't felt motivated, not channeling my inner Virgil, if you will. However, today I kind of told myself, you know what, I'm gonna work on some stuff. There's some things I want to get done. You know, maybe I'll stream this evening when I get off work, so on and so forth, right? So I look over at my friend's screen, and what we see is not what I expected. Today, during Microsoft's Xbox Game Show, we proudly announced a brand new title in the PSO2 series, Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. If you missed on the original announcement, make sure to watch the video here, which we'll check out in just a minute. So, holy crap. What is this? What is going on? Last time they had an announcement, they said, hey, look, we're bringing PSO2 to the West. And we're like, holy crap, it's happening. Oh, we've been waiting for this for so long. We wanted this. And now they're announcing that they're releasing a new PSO2. This was actually kind of strange at first, and I looked at it like, okay, what does this actually mean? So we're going to go over all of the Twitter posts. We're going to go over just little things here and there that I found and my expectations on what we're actually going to be getting. So put on your tinfoil hats, boys and girls. We're jumping into the deep end on this one. There's going to be some speculation, but we are going to go based on what we see and what we know so far. So we plan to launch Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis globally in 2021, including Japan and North America. Visit our teaser site to watch the trailer. So next, we're headed over to the teaser site. We're watching the trailer because the trailer is amazing. And I'm probably not going to monetize this video because I'll probably get in trouble for monetizing it. It's probably gonna be loud and I apologize, but check this out. Holy crap. God, that looks so good. This is probably really loud and I'm sorry, but I don't care. Oh, there's the rappies. That face looks real bad, by the way. That looks real bad. But everything else looks so good. Known threats. Wanted to make sure to pause here so you guys can see, because people are probably already going to ask, but is it going to be on PC? It already says Xbox One, Xbox Series One X, or Xbox Series X, and Windows 10. Holy crap, guys. Oh my God. that trailer. Just getting that out of left field. So like, just kind of put things in perspective. I just want you guys to see kind of what we were looking at, right? So imagine not knowing what this is, right? We see this here. I missed the part where this said Sega. So we see Sega and we see this going over, right? I'm gonna pause that really quick there. The music. So I missed this too. So all I saw was this here and this, and I'm thinking to myself, what is this weird game, right? Brand new expansive world. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And that moment right there where I saw the Rappies, I was like, hold on a freaking second. What is this? What is this? What are we about to see? And then it happens. The player walks up and just starts jumping over stuff. It's kind of cool. And I get a lot of Xenoblade vibes from this, to be honest. Which one of the first things a lot of my friends saw was just, hey, look, no travel PAs, Pog. One cool thing right here is that's the S jump. That's an emote in PSO2. A lot of these things, and I'm gonna do a more in-depth trailer breakdown probably later, but I do want to note out a couple of things here, and this is gonna kind of build into what I was talking about beforehand. But you guys recognize this scene? Now we see rifle here. That move right there. That's 100 PA. And here's a couple of interesting notes. So that movement right there, for those of you guys who didn't play JP, that's Phantom with the rifle. That's another movement that Phantom does right there as well, with movement and shoot. Granted, that's more exaggerated, of course. And there's a couple of movements that they do with a wand, I believe, at a certain point. That's basically just wand at wall. There it goes. Yep, right there. Literally these movements right here. So yep, he does the rising slash. Into the laser. That's just wand at wall. That's satellite cannon. I mean, like, a lot of these moves are like things we see. So the reason I wanted to jump in and look at these is just for a little bit of context. So we've got the trailer here. I pulled it up here for some reason, forgetting that it was going to be on the website. I'm going to link the trailer itself. You guys go check out the trailer, watch it on your own, watch it in 4K. It looks amazing. It is beautiful. This video does not do it justice. So go watch it on your own, check it out. Also wanted to note, one thing I did recognize too, is if you look at the Japanese version of the game, coming out same time frame, but shows Nintendo Switch in PC. Now, people are always going to ask, oh, also, by the way, PS4. So this confirms, by the way, that it will be on different consoles over in Japan. If you guys play on PlayStation, I apologize. It looks like Japan has a favoritism of PS4 while we have Xbox. Granted, you have your feelings one way or another about that. People talking about the Nintendo Switch version. Why aren't we getting the Switch version? One thing to keep in mind about Phantasy Star on the Switch is it is a cloud-based service. It is not the full game. That's the same way you would get it on a console. So their infrastructure just seems to fit better for cloud-based games. It is not the only cloud-based service that Japan offers. We just don't have that same infrastructure that they do. So they don't offer it here because of that reason. But anyway, let's jump into what I have found and the information about this. So a couple of things to note. One of the reasons I opened this up was because of this description. So the latest entry in Phantasy Star, all right, the latest entry, dude, I am so hyped that I can't read. The latest entry in PSO2 series, PSO2, NGS, was announced at Microsoft's online conference, the Xbox Game Show, on Thursday, July 23rd, today. I'm literally doing this during my lunch break right now. I technically still have to go back to work after this. But anyway, celebrating PSO2's 20th anniversary, PSO2 NGS is the latest entry in the series. And I guess NGS is their New Genesis, whatever. I guess it's New Genesis Saga or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how they're, I don't know why it's NGS, but yeah, either way. Is the latest entry in the series, updating PSO2's game system and graphic engine. So right here, people have asked, is this a new game? Is this an update? Is this the next episode? They've just said flat out that this is the latest entry in the series, updating PSO2's game system and graphic engine. We are planning to release this update on a global scale, including Japan and North America. So two things to keep in mind here. Now, temper your expectations. First thing a lot of people ask flat out is, what about our characters? What about everything we've been doing so far? Honestly, there's a reason why I think they're releasing it this way. And there's a reason I think this is exactly what it looks like, an update to the game we have currently. If they were to announce a new game right now, and say, hey, look, it's a completely new game, and we're not going to be, the previous game is just going to be the previous game. We'll support it on its side, but this is the new thing. People are going to quit. People are going to quit and stop playing the game. They're going to not invest any money in it. They're not going to put anything towards it at all. Because first off, I love PSO2, but dude, this looks way better than PSO2. Way better. Leagues better. Second off, they're flat out using attacks straight out from PSO2 itself. So we've got Rising Slash, we have attacks that the Phantom uses with the rifle and things of that sort. So it just does not make sense for this to be a completely separate game. Now, granted, again, temper your expectations. When we look at JP at the moment, we have games like PSO2 Yes, we have games like Idola, which are Phantasy Star games, Phantasy Star Online games. However, they're different than the standard game itself. So you have PSO2 ES, which is just alongside, it's a companion game to PSO2, which, I mean, I'd love to get to play. Which interesting to think how PSO2 ES is going to come into factor with this if it is an update, as it's saying right here, updating PSO2's game scale. I think they would be very specific if this was going to be a completely new game, but they have said it in the description, updating PSO2's game system and graphics engine. And they just said, we are planning to release this update, not this game, but this update on a global scale. So I lost my train of thought, dude. I am incredibly hyped, if you guys can't tell. Like, holy freaking crap. I don't understand. The past week has just been like a drag for me. The new SAO game was kind of a flop in a sense. I mean, granted, there was fun in some cases, but a lot of places were a flop that I was really disappointed in. And I just didn't have a lot of drive for anything going on. And then this gets dropped on me out of nowhere. I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome. But anyway, so you've got the other games itself. It's interesting to think how those games are going to support PSO2 moving forward, because in Japan, you've got these other items. I mean, Idola is one thing, it's whatever, but PSO2, yes, if you guys have played the JP servers, know interacts with PSO2 pretty heavily. The characters are exactly the same. The weapons you use from your base game itself. So it's going to be difficult to see how that's actually going to interact back and forth and what they're going to be doing on a large scale. How many things are going to be thrown across the wayside if this is what we think it is, right? So along with that, we did see a couple of other things that were noted. Direct answers, by the way, to some of these things. And I think, I don't know if I have the screenshot, but there was a screenshot that was directly answered when, let's check out their Twitter, see if I can find it. More information about it, because I'm sure their Twitter is exploding right now. It's gotta be, like, with everything that's going on. Okay, so people are not actually reading this correctly. Because there was an answer, and I might have to link it in the video description, honestly, to you guys. I don't think I can find it again. Yeah, people literally quoting out of the description. Out of the description. Again, people misunderstanding. That's pretty normal. Like, I don't want to scroll through this too far, but the basic question the person asked was, what is going to happen to our original characters? Are we losing our characters? And they flat out said, no, we will have more information about that later. It was a direct answer to his question. It was a direct answer to the tweet. You will not be losing original characters. So with all of those things thought about, everything kind of compiled together, we won't be losing our original characters. It is put in its video description itself, and is presented as an update, is using direct stuff from PSO2 currently. And granted, again, if they were making a whole new game and PSO2 as it is now, they would lose so much money. To be honest, this would make a lot of sense with things that we've been seeing with Phantasy Star recently. So we've got all these ideas for new classes, new Scion classes. If you guys pay attention to some of these movements, think about the new Scion class that we're supposed to be getting. Let's actually, you know what? I don't know if I remember where it is on their video. I probably don't want to pull it up. I'm not even going to pull up anything from the JP PSO2 page. It kind of just freaks me out. But if you guys remember back, and I'll link the video in the video description, the new Scion class is coming out that uses a gun slash. A lot of its movements seem very similar to the movements that we're seeing in these trailers. A lot of the Scion class movements are here, but it looks like they're there for the base classes. Things like just attack circles still exist, so perfect attack circles are still there. And it would make a lot of sense if this is what they're bringing forward. Now, think we're Microsoft here, and we're PSO2, and we're like, hey, look, we've got this new project in the works. that we're going to be updating the graphics of this game heavily. We're going to be changing a lot of things, and we want to bring this game to the US as well. Are you guys going to fund this, right? And they're thinking, well, if they plan on this being the end result, heck yeah, we'll fund it. Because other than that, there's really no reason for Microsoft to fund a game that's almost 8 years old. Well, that is 8 years old. It's old, right? It's been around for a long time, and some of its graphics are dated. Some of its systems are pretty dated as well. And granted, as much as you can bring the game up to speed, at a certain point, combat only goes so far. Something new's got to be introduced. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Granted, this is our first taste of it. We haven't seen what else there is to come, and there will be more information as it comes, or there'll be more information on it. And I will do my best to try to cover it as it goes, or as it comes along. Of course, there's always the concern of how SEGA is handling all this information, how they want it to be presented, so on and so forth. So of course, there will be appropriate links to trailers and all kinds of things in the video description. You guys can check out all those things. I would highly recommend, if you haven't already, I mean, granted, it seems kind of shill, but honestly, this is probably the best way for you guys to keep up with this stuff. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the official PSO2 channel, go ahead and click the bell notification. They always notify when there's new stuff going on. If you are not a fan of getting all the extra stuff that the JP site get, or the JP PSO2 page gets, go to the NA one. They usually only put up stuff when it has to do with like a scratch or something like this. This was actually on their official page. This is from their official channel. So it's pretty good to have subscribed to. I should probably press the bell icon. Yes. Awesome. So that way you'll be notified of everything else that's going on and keep up to date with all that information. But that's really all I have for you guys today. Other than the fact that I'm still super freaking hyped out of my mind. I'm really, really excited to see what we have coming to us, what news they're going to be bringing us with PSO2. Because honestly, with everything that's been going on, this makes a lot of sense. Getting the games parodied, wanting to release all this at the same time. The fact that they flat out said, if you guys follow the JP side of things, I know I wanted to end the video, but I remembered something because I had a script, but I threw the script out because I didn't like the script. But I just remembered at the end of the announcements going on with episode 6, they said in very big letters, they made a very big point of this, new update, not episode 7. In big letters, they say not episode 7. And with this being announced, that makes so much sense. It is insane. But anyway, if you guys have any other information, any other questions, just general hype, man, toss it into the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Again, temper your expectations, but also allow people to have some fun. It's okay to get hype every once in a while. The hype train is fun. Just again, keep your mind, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't go too far outside of the gate itself, but don't be such a naysayer that you kind of shut everything down. No one likes that. It's not fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care. Peace out. Oh yeah, and like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff. Ad block. You know the drill. I'm out of here. Peace.